à la neige, or in English we call them floating islands. This is a very famous, very old school French dessert. Essentially, it's meringues that have been poached on milk and then served with a custard. It is delightful. And I'm going to change up the classic and make it into a chocolate floating islands. So we need to start by heating up some milk. So just in a saute pan, we're going to heat up a good amount of full cream milk. And I'm going to flavour it with some vanilla. Now you want 2 vanilla beans for this so we get a beautiful, intense vanilla flavour. And we want this to be on a medium heat. That's why induction is so good, because it's all about accurate cooking. So we've got to ensure that that milk doesn't burn whatsoever. So in with our vanilla beans, and I'm going to add 2. And what I like to do is just get a really small knife, cut straight down the centre, and we're going to scrape the seeds out. Okay, so we'll just get in there with our little knife, scrape one side into our pot. Now I'm using a wide saute pan like this because we need to poach our eggs, so we need lots and lots of space so those little meringues can float on the top. So first one in, don't waste that. That can go straight in there to give extra intense vanilla flavour. And then our second vanilla bean, straight down the centre, and then we'll scrape the seeds out again. Okay, in it goes. Oh, that smells so good. While that's happening, I can get on to our meringues. So to stabilise the meringues, I always like to add a little bit of lemon juice or cream of tartar. So with a whisk, I'm going to whisk this up. Once it starts to become foamy, then I'll add the cream of tartar and then slowly rain in some caster sugar. Now I've got 4 egg whites here. All right, these are looking lovely and glossy. And you know it's ready when you get these little peaks, so we want stiff peaks. That cream of tartar is super important. It's going to stabilise these eggs so they poach nicely. So let's get on to that. And you can see that milk has come up to heat. I'm now just going to lower it to a medium. So medium heat is perfect for this. You don't want it to be too cold. You don't want it to be too hot. Just that medium temperature where you just see a little bit of that steam so it cooks the eggs. So just using a spoon, look at that, as light as fluffy clouds. And then we're just going to place these gorgeous eggs on top of the milk. So these need to poach for at least 2 to 3 minutes on each side. You can see because they're so stable, they're not going to fall apart. Once they're cooked on both sides, then we're going to take them out and drain it on a tea towel. You know they're cooked when you just touch them and they're slightly springy. Now, we'll keep an eye on them. In the meantime, the rest of the custard needs to be made. I have 8 egg yolks, some caster sugar. I add just a tiny bit of corn flour. This is just to ensure that we get a beautiful sort of medium thickness on our custard. And because it's a chocolate custard, in with our gorgeous cocoa powder, about a tablespoon or so. So we'll just give that a whisk. And you want to whisk this until it's light and fluffy and really well combined. And we can just pop that to one side until our beautiful hot milk is ready to go in here. All right, look at these. They've puffed up. They look so good. And we're just going to take them out. It's okay. You can take that vanilla pot out now too. Place it onto our tea towel very gently. Isn't that cute? Just like little clouds. And the last one we'll take out there too. Now see all this delicious vanilla milk? That's what we need to finish off our custard. So we'll take out that last vanilla bean. And into our yummy chocolate egg yolk mixture, I'm going to pour all of this hot milk straight into it. So it's actually a really good idea to do this with the second person. So one person whisks really fast and then the other person pours in that milk so it doesn't split whatsoever. Keep mixing that. All right, pan goes back on the heat, a low heat this time. This custard mixture goes into the pot. And now just with a spatula, continually mix this until we get a beautiful, thick, glossy custard. Now, you have to be patient. This can't be served hot, so we'll chill this custard down, we'll chill the islands, and then we can serve. our cold custard, our floating islands, and we need a bit of texture for this dessert. So I've just got some hazelnuts. Hazelnuts, chocolates, just best mates. So I'm just gonna roughly chop them. I've also toasted my hazelnuts. Nothing better than toasted hazelnuts to get that real intense flavour. All right, to plate this up, I highly recommend pouring your custard in a jug because it's just going to make it nice and tidy. So into the jug with this delicious, decadent chocolate custard. Oh, I could just eat that. It's so delicious. And then I've got a lovely decorative glass. We'll just pour a nice big pool of that custard about 3/4 of the way up. We'll grab one of our floating islands. I'm going to go for this one here. And we'll just let it float on top. Oh, look at that. Final little flourish of those hazelnuts on top. If you like, you can make some toffee and crumble that on top too. That's also quite classic. And that is a beautiful, elegant French dessert. You know, old school desserts, they never go out of fashion. There's a reason for that because they're so tasty. Better have a taste of this one. Ooh, look at that, fluffy, glossy, everything you want in a dessert. Don't get me wrong, I love the classic just with vanilla bean custard, but that chocolate and hazelnut just makes it extra special. If you want to show off to your friends, make this dessert. It's an absolute showstopper. And the best thing about it is you can make it ahead of time. Make it the day before, it'll be ready to go, nicely chilled, perfection.